Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, January 19th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today, last day of Sun in Capricorn, is I honor my personal soul path. And today we are one day out from a full moon, total lunar eclipse. And this eclipse is very important, but the astro leading up to it is also very important. And you're going to hear me repeat a lot of things in this scope as we build in tomorrow, but important messages bear repeating. And that's how we learn as humans. I heard once it takes like some big amount of times for us to hear something before it begins to sink in. So hopefully some of these messages will be sinking in and being planted. Last day of Sun in Capricorn. We're going to start here. Sun in Capricorn, such an important lesson for us just because we have a multitude of Capricorn lessons that are going to continue on through this year. We are going to have 2 more eclipses in the sign of Capricorn through this year. We are going to have Saturn continuing through Capricorn this year, Pluto continuing through Capricorn this year. We're going to have a few other visitations of planets, such as Venus coming up next, moving into Capricorn energy. So we've really got to get a hold of the Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is so interesting because Capricorn energy is in the midst of major transformation, major shift. That's the Pluto energy. And with Pluto and Saturn coming together next year in the sign of Capricorn, it's definitely a paradigm shift that we're all going through. Now, even if you're like, well, you know, I'm a Gemini. I don't have Capricorn in my chart. We all have a place where Capricorn represents energy within our chart. And we all have Saturn energy in our chart. So Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. So we all have some experience of that Capricorn energy. And in and through us, that is shifting. A big part of the Capricorn energy is that of rules, of structure. Authority is a big word for Capricorn. Capricorn is definitely a leader. The structures of things, government, all connected to Capricorn. I love this card in this deck. This is my Osho Zen Tarot that I use every day. This is, in traditional Tarot, this is the Devil card, which is the Capricorn card. Not saying anything that I did not make those rules, but I think this really indicates the energy that we want to shift away from with these Capricorn lessons, away from the societal conditions. Capricorn at its highest and best, which is what we always want to reach for. We may not be there, but we always want to reach for. The highest and best is grasping onto the energy of purpose. And purpose is deeply connected to our soul. We all came with soul missions. We all came with soul purpose to fulfill in this lifetime. Unfortunately, society and conditionings are not always in alignment with soul purpose. And so through this next year of major changes in this Capricorn energy, we're all getting worked into a deeper part of our soul purpose, soul mission. So I wanted to start with this because this works so well with this eclipse, this final eclipse in the sign of Leo. We've been having eclipses in Leo since 2017. So we've had like 2 full years of these eclipses. We had one almost eclipse. It was very close, like, what did I call it? Near eclipse, I think, in 2016 in the sign of Leo. So we've been building into this powerful energy. And we keep getting these eclipses in the signs because it's an important lesson. These 2 years of Leo eclipses have really tried to work us back into the space of love, out of the conditioning, into understanding. Look at the difference in these energies. This is conditioning. This is understanding. This is love. This is fear. So these eclipses in Leo have been trying to do it. As I was sitting, before I pulled these cards or anything, I was like, what's one of the best messages that I can bring forth as we build into this eclipse? As we're, receiving downloads, as we're feeling the building intensity of energies. And And I got Mufasa voice, remember who you are. And that's the truth, because who we are is not bound. Who we are is completely free. Who we are is not fear. Who we are is love. I love, and say it often, the Rumi verse, you are the soul of the universe, and your name is love. And so with this final eclipse in Leo, the sign that represents love, the sign that reminds us of the inner child energy, which is so close to soul energy. And la la visitation. As we have this final eclipse at 0 degrees, which is that transformational degree, it's time to remember who we are. Now, I know we cannot shed these chains of fear in just one night. I know we can't escape all of the projections, all of the veils and projections that we have taken on over our life. However, just realize at this time, there's deep processing and deep healing going on around these energies, and they are working to strip you. Do I have the awareness card? No, I do not. I wish I did. They're working to strip you back into that original awareness, help you remind yourself what you came for and what is important. And at the core of that is always the energy of love. So just keep that in mind through these energies. Again, there may be intensity. I have been having a lot of processing. We have to be aware. Moon is in Gemini right now. Moon in Gemini definitely brings up mental energy around this. No, the moon's not in Gemini. Moon's shifted into Cancer. Scratch that. Moon in Cancer right now. Oh, la la. That's not where you climb up. She's like, let me help you. No, the moon's in Cancer, not Gemini. Moon in Cancer is bringing up the emotional energies, which is really good because we need to process the emotional stuff. The mental energies is coming more from the Sagittarius energy. I'm noticing I've been trying to figure everything out. Sagittarius energies and those things. But that's there too. Don't get too caught up in the mental. A lot of times the mental is so much of the projection stuff. Really allow yourself to feel through these energies. So, one other thing that I want to talk about that we're building into that I feel like is coming up for us in and through these energies. We're building into Venus. Venus is creeping up on Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius. Venus and Jupiter together in Sagittarius is very nice. It's a very nice aspect, a very nice little construct going on, but it can feed into the overthinking. It can feed into overdoing things. Jupiter loves to expand, and Venus is like pleasure. So you may feel like overdoing it in regards to food and alcohol and other pleasurable things at this time. And that may be a form of escape from some of the intensity that's going on. Enjoy, indulge, do not escape. And it's the same thing with overdoing the mental energy, the wisdom, like I am going to look in a book or look to a card or look to an astrologer for this information. Indulge, do your research, but also look deeper into the core of yourself, the core of your light, the core of your soul for answers of how this is coming up for you. Sometimes, this wisdom, it takes us further out of ourselves. And maybe sometimes that's a trail we need to take, but make sure you're checking in with yourself. So for today, the aspects, Moon in Cancer is connecting to Mars, Saturn, and Neptune today. That square with Mars and Aries. The feels may bring up frustrations. The feels may be frustration feels that come up. Frustrations about what has gone on, where you felt exiled, where you have felt not completely nurtured, whether by yourself or whether somebody else. But this is really a call. This is pushing you deeper on your path into your personal expansion and process. So be aware of that. Moon, opposite Saturn. Sometimes following that path, your soul path, is not comfortable. I will tell you that for sure. I have been going down rabbit holes for a while with my soul, and it's not comfortable, and it's not always in alignment with what society or your family or friends want. But that doesn't mean that it's not right for you, and you are the only one who can really know and really decide what is true for you. So just be aware that sometimes there's a little bit of a pull apart, but as long as you're staying together within yourself and expanding from there, that's good. The final aspect is the moon connecting to Neptune. This is lovely for our intuition, and for listening. This is at 14 degrees. Listen because your higher self is talking, Spirit is talking, Mufasa is talking. Remember who you are. Listen to the wisdom. You are connected, and you do not need anybody else to help you connect. Sometimes it's nice to have that aid, but you are connected. I'm going to leave it at that for today. I will be back tomorrow for the Eclipse scope, but just, honor your personal process. So, you have the power. The better it gets, and there is more than enough love in the world for you. Namaste.